On D-Day, why I really survived, I think, the bulk of the invasion was taken by the first and second wave. I was in on the third wave, and yet, but there was still a lot of shelling and airplanes flying around, and I was digging a lot of holes trying to stay alive. We heard these bombers going over in Normandy, and they were carpet bombing, and so our lieutenant says, we all got to go basically to Southampton. Who? So I said, okay. So I was mechanized. I drove the Jeep down there, and we were backed up to Bristol, and they were shoving them over on the English Channel as fast as they could because the invasion already had started. And so I think basically why I survived, I'm a lucky son of a gun. I went in on the third wave. The first and second wave, they were slaughtered. I saw so many my comrades laying there hurt or dead. Oh geez, I really wanted to go home. I didn't want to. And there was mortars coming in, artillery coming in. Did you ever go to a 4th of July experience and the bombs going off? You can smell the after. Well, that's how it smelled. And there was so many artillery pieces going off, so many mortars going off, so many smell, this smell of gunfire, you know what I mean? And I didn't get any basic firefights because they were in about a fifth of a mile or something. They were what I was getting a lot of how would you say, mortars coming in, artillery's coming in. Every once in a while there was some machine gun fire coming because there's the bunkers. They had machine guns in it, and of course they could swivel around, and they saw us coming in as a third wave, and they were shooting at us, and they were also shooting behind them too because guys were behind them. You know, already the first and second wave was already in the place, so they were kind of surrounded, and some of the guys in those bunkers gave up, and some didn't, and that's where those firefights come in. You have to take them out, you know, which was horrible. That was the second day we had that firefight. In an invasion, everybody's on their own. Nobody, you just do what you have to do to stay alive and fight what you have to fight. But in the evening, we got together with a lieutenant, and he gave us an assignment. And then from there, it was assignment to in the morning, to take a bunker, which was kind of hair-raising. And to this day, I still know how scared I was. We were crawling up on the farmer's field, and basically, they were shooting at us. And I didn't like that idea. And I hit that ground. I couldn't get below the ground, but I tried to hug the ground as best I could, and we backed up. But then we got a couple volunteers. I was not one of them. A couple volunteers to go up and throw grenades inside the bunker. And that was my first assignment. And you know, I told my friend, my buddy, I said, you know what? I want to go home. This is dangerous. We were fighting in the hedgerows. And I remember our Lieutenant Schultz, his very first day in the hedgerows, he's walking on top of one of the mounds to look out, and doesn't he trip on a mine and blows himself up? And I said, you know, war is stupid. People get killed. I don't know why they do it, basically. But that was our duty, is to try to get rid of the German army, because they're the ones that caused this whole war and stuff like that. So we got an assignment about Morville, France, and so Patton told us, go back there, find the enemies, and let us know. So we're going to stay there until he calls us back. So that's 5 kilometers behind the enemy lines. Nothing was going on. And so we parked our vehicle, 3 vehicles, the armored car with 2 of us in there, 2 in the Jeep and 2 in the other Jeep, 6 of us, behind the enemy lines, and we parked them in the ditch, and we put camouflage on them. And if you can picture maybe a fifth of a mile, two hills, and this is all documented in the book that I got. And so Henry Hilkin, who was the gunner of the armored car, he was facing those two hills, and my job was to jump in the turret, feed the ammunition. If he got hurt, I had training on the guns, and so now he's looking with his binoculars for 2 or 3 hours. Nothing is happening. So he tells me, "Take over, Donald." Okay, and so I didn't think anything was going to happen, but it did. So I was looking through my glasses, binoculars, on the right side of the guns. That's in the turret. And you shoot the guns on the left side, but I didn't think anything was going to happen. I thought we were going to go back to our station. But it did. As I'm looking, all of a sudden, I see a vehicle coming over the first hill. And I'm hollering at Henry. He's the gunner. "Hey, Henry, they're coming, they're coming." And my heart started to pound a little bit. Oh, quite a bit, actually. And so I don't know if he heard me. So now I jump on the left side to shoot the 60 millimeter gun and the 50 caliber. They work together. So I'm pulling. I see the first vehicle coming over the first hill, and I'm pulling the trigger, and I can't pull that trigger. I can't pull that trigger. And what's happening? And all of a sudden, Henry jumps in, and he says, "Get out of there." And he jumps in, and he can't pull the trigger either. Unbeknownst to him and himself, he forgot that he put the safety on, and he couldn't pull the trigger. And they were, practically on top of us, but they never figured we would be there, because they were behind the enemy lines. They were supply trucks bringing food and ammunition and clothing and stuff to the front lines. So they were maybe, I don't know, 1/10 of a mile. I forget. It was pretty close. So being that we were camouflaged, they didn't expect us. We ambushed them. We shot up four transport trucks, and we wounded some and killed some. I hate to say that, but we did. And the wounded ones, we put on our vehicles and we took them back to rear echelon and took care of them. But, what a horrible experience, especially for those people. They lost families, but they always say, "You got to kill because otherwise they'd kill you." And to this day, it's so fresh in my mind. It's over 70 years. I'm 93, and it's still so fresh in my mind. Every time I think of it, I get shivers, So I got some more firefights, but that's about all I want to say. Yeah, it's true. You stay awake nights a lot of times thinking that you ruined families, you know what I mean? Then you justify it. You justify it to say, "Well, they would have killed me," But yeah, it's the little guy killed the little guy. That's basically what war is all about.